Hello, everyone. Welcome. Just checking you can hear me okay and the music isn't too loud. Okay. Thanks, Lauren. Thank you for everyone who showed up live. We just 2 minutes ago had 111 sign up for this today, which is so magical, as you know, because that is an angel number, and we certainly have angels with us today in the field and infusing their beautiful energy, love, and light into the councils of light that we'll be speaking today. So as we all get situated, I would love to hear, good morning, Elizabeth. I would love to hear where you are in the world and kind of drop in there what part of the world you are in. Thank you, Neil. Which I know you're not actually Neil from the Oracle session, right? Last time I was like, oh, I'm not really getting a male energy, but I'll just go with it. That's your husband. Ooh, look at all this exciting geographical locations. All of you light code holders. Nicole, oh my gosh, I've known you so many years. Wisconsin. I am not going to pronounce that, but good morning to you in Canada. Washington, D.C. Thank you for holding the light in that type of energy. Nashville, Tennessee. Cool. Oh, it was just Elvis's birthday, or no, the date of his passing, and someone asked me to do a reading on him, and I put that in the New Earth Collective Facebook group, and it was so fascinating because the question was everyone would be flocking, or lots of people would be flocking to Nashville for that. So Lauren, I hope there wasn't too much craziness there. Oh, more Canada. Thank you. Hey, Steve, St. Louis. Wow, Slovenia. Thank you so much, Petra, for representing Europe. Ozarks, beautiful, beautiful mountains. Hi, Maria, St. Louis. Hi, Laura in Fort Lauderdale. I just love that every week, every month, I just get to know more and more of you, and we're really starting to feel like this beautiful family and community, which I just love. Wisconsin, Jeannie, Long Island, New York. Amazing. I'm sure we'll have a few more dropping in. So let me just tell you a little bit about today. This is the first time I have decided to channel the councils of light for a larger group. I've been doing it in small groups with people that were in my, or are in my Substack community, and it just felt time to begin offering this to everyone and to larger group. But it's not about the numbers, but it is about the energy. And I personally am not someone that's really meant for the masses. It's more meant for those of us who are resonating deeply in these soul codes, these light codes that we are each carrying. So every single one of you is an actual physical node on the new earth grid. So you have volunteered to incarnate and carry these light codes to earth. So you are, whether you're aware of it or not, some of you might be hearing me say these things. You know, this might not be the first time you've heard me say these things. Some of you, it might be brand new. Sometimes people say, I don't really understand what you're talking about, but it feels resonant somewhere. So wherever you are on the spectrum, it's okay. But I know that you would not even be here participating or watching on the recording if you had not volunteered to come to Earth, meaning you are a higher dimensional being. Higher dimensional does not mean better than. It does not mean any sort of hierarchy. However, you are a being who has these higher dimensional, fifth dimension and above light codes. Light codes, just think of it as energy or like packets of information that you have come to Earth with. And we all know we're living in a pretty wild, noisy, chaotic time of great change on Earth. And it's been very destabilizing for many people. Lots of us are feeling kind of heightened anxiety, and some fears are coming up. That's all okay. That's just part of change, even when it's for the positive, even when we're on this upward trajectory, it still registers in your nervous system as trauma. So I don't know what the councils of light really are going to say yet today. I feel some things brewing, but I do know that they really not want us, but are inviting us to focus on embodiment, grounding, nourishing the physical vessel, and literally living in as much love, light, truth, joy, bliss that's possible, because your existence is enough. That's what I was getting to a moment ago. You don't have to do anything. You could live this whole life in fear and frustration and thinking this world is a crazy mess, and you still would do your job on Earth, because those light codes are in you, in your crystalline blueprint, in your energy field, no matter what. However, you can have more fun while you're here. And as the frequencies of Earth are rising, more of the truth of what's really going on is available. So if you're curious about connecting more with spirit guides or the councils of light, that's becoming more available. If you've always had these kind of ideas that maybe you were this or that in a past life, if you've always been really attracted to like ancient civilizations, these are signs that you have incarnated multiple times doing this work that you're doing now, bringing light codes to the Earth. So I always try to keep these things short and succinct, and I never know if I'm doing a great job. Yeah, Sabine, I can't change my volume, but I do see two of you asking that. Okay, well, I can turn the music off. I tell you, Zoom is different every single time. Let me just take a moment and turn the music off. Okay. There we go. All right. I hope this helps a little bit. All right. Great. Does that make a little bit of a difference? Okay. Yeah, I know. Thanks, Petra. It's weird. Well, but that's part of what we're experiencing, right? Technology is glitching. So light codes are amplifying on Earth. Frequencies are rising on Earth. What that means is those old world shadow matrix energies that have been trying to kind of, we'll just say, assert control. They have already fractured. They are dissolving back into the architecture of light, and it is a process. So no one needs to fear that we're not going to have power or food or water. However, glitching is for sure a thing. So every week, it's like I have a yoga studio in Key West, like somebody can't sign up. I mean, I'm not going to spend time telling all the weird glitches that we've had, and Zoom is no different. I mean, sometimes the energy is so powerful it will shut technology down momentarily. So great. I'm glad it's much better. So I just want to explain a couple things before we drop right in, because the councils of light, they can be very like symbolic. They're not going to really talk about the CIA per se. And so again, I don't really know what they're going to say, but I know there's like a couple of themes that they've said are really important. So I'm going to share a personal experience with you that I just had this past week. And I've really been trying to stay off social media. Some people have told me that their social media is full of love and light, and mine is not, probably because I've been so interested in the patterns of humanity and like the 3D world falling away and the exposure. So we all know how the algorithms work. So I've really been trying to like not pay attention because there's just so many fear narratives. And so for me, I live in the Florida Keys. I've lived here for 22 years. I know that I live here because this is an old mountain range of ancient Atlantis when that civilization sank, and I'm here helping to restore and collapse like, you know, density distortion that's still kind of hanging out. The great fire crystal from Atlantis is literally submerged in the Bermuda Triangle. It's why the Bermuda Triangle acts weird. And I live in the primary resonance zone of that great fire crystal. But anyway, I saw this CIA guy, ex-CIA guy, and he was really convincing, and I believe him. And he said, if you live near the coastlines, you should move inland. And it doesn't even matter what he was talking about, but it was this like, you know, this is what the shadow networks are going to do, right? Some kind of like great cataclysm. It was very convincing, and you know, just for a moment, I was like, "Oh, that's kind of scary." But then right away, I heard the councils of light in my oversoul, the divine self, say that doesn't apply to you. And I'm going to tell you, this stuff gets really, really confusing, and you don't need to understand it. But I was just questioning, like, okay, well, I don't understand how that works. How does someone living here actually have that timeline as a possibility, and someone living here like me, that's not even a possibility at all? And it comes down to frequency. Okay, this is really important. Your frequency determines what timeline you are constantly co-creating with. So let's hold that thought for a moment about frequency. So 22 years ago, when my oldest son was born and I left the hospital with him, I'm getting chills. I wasn't tuned in like I was now, but I saw all of reality change. I went in the hospital, pregnant. I came out with a baby, and all of a sudden in the back seat with him, I was worried about how fast my husband at the time was driving, right? Like the whole world changed. I looked out to the right, and I watched reality wave and morph, just like those Matrix movies from the 90s. It morphed, it waved, and then all of a sudden, all of reality jumped up into the air, and then it went boom, and the shock wave went out and it went, and I was like, oh, reality is just a projection of your internal state. And so when I saw the CIA thing, and he's like, move away from the coastlines, I was like, how does this not apply to me? Well, reality is a hologram, and there's multiple projections streaming at the same time. Now, there is something called collective reality, right? There's like a conscious collective that we create together, and those 3D narratives are loud, but that does not cancel out the reality that you are co-creating for yourself. What it does is it just makes it harder, perhaps, because so many people believe this heavier, denser timeline of fear and chaos and separation. It might make it a little bit harder for you to resonate in these higher frequencies and create your reality as such, but it doesn't make your reality not true or false. I hope that makes a little bit of sense, because I was also kind of going down the rabbit hole of like entity attachments, like dark energies, dark forces, I used to say, oh, I don't really believe those exist. And I said that because they don't exist for me, and I knew that in my bones, but they do exist for some people. So your belief is really, really powerful. Absolutely. We never negate the power of belief, but it is your frequency that determines your reality. So you can say, oh, I don't believe dark energies exist. But if you're harboring fear as one of your like primary states of resonance, you are in fact still open to that in a sense. If you're somebody who's like taking energy extraction, like entity extraction courses and like helping people release their entities, you are in a sense amplifying that energy. So it's all about frequency. So that brings me to why we're here today. We're first going to start with a little bit of breath work, and then I'm going to bring the councils of light in. And my offering, hope, and wish for you today is that you feel it in your body. And I do this work with people in quantum activation, private sessions, and also quantum hypnosis. It's okay if you don't feel something immediately because it is a practice. I always like that example of if I handed you a musical instrument that you'd never played before, you might get it to make a sound, but you're not going to play a full melody and song until you learn a little bit about that instrument and learn a little bit about how to play it. And this work, this inviting in spirit, is really no different. It is a practice. Okay, I think we're ready. Yeah. Let's close our eyes. I invite you to allow a few long, slow, deep breaths. And as you do, the belly rounds outward on your inhalation. Even hold your breath for a moment or two at the top. And release with a long, nourishing sigh. 2 more. Hold even longer. One more. Hold. And release. Now placing one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. The first half of your inhale will be the belly. It's an O-shaped mouth. Second half up into your heart. And let it go with a sigh. Let's begin. 5 more. One final one. Holding your breath out at the bottom. Gently holding it out. Deep inhale, O-shaped mouth. Hold the breath at the top. Invite a few more sips of air in. Pull up your pelvic floor, gently hold. Exhale, hold out at the bottom. And gently hold. You might still be holding when you need to breathe. Deep inhale if you haven't already. And release. I invite you through this entire transmission to continue to breathe in an embodied way, expanding forward and back, left and right, expanding your physical form outward in all directions on your full inhale, and allowing each exhale to be long, fluid, nourishing. We greet you now through the dimensions, through fields of frequency and beyond, reminding you we are not simply out there. We are in here, in your heart, as close as your breath. There is nowhere to travel to. There is no trying that is needed. It is simply expanding your physical form, allowing, inviting in what has always been present and available in your field. Breathe with us now. Hold, and as you exhale, feel from within and all around light, energy, frequency, and vibration activating, amplifying, and uniting. You may feel tingling, warmth, pressure. You may feel emotions. Allow whatever your experience is to be divine and exactly what is needed for your unfoldment in this moment, today, and beyond. We, the councils of light, are a braid. Energies, frequencies, bands of consciousness come in and out of this braid as needed for what is being offered and presented. We are not separate from you. We are you. We are your higher divine self, your oversoul, resonating in the 5th to 12th dimensions and beyond becoming more available to you, for you, with each breath, with each intention, within each moment of presence. Can you feel the love warming and surrounding your heart now? Front, back, all around. Breathe right into the back of your heart. We see, feel, and understand that many of you are moving through great change, both in your inner world and in your external seeming circumstances. We've said it many times, we will say it again. Your self-care is non-negotiable. Your self-care of mind, body, and spirit is the highest. Do not pour from an empty pitcher. Allow the light, love frequencies to overflow from your divine vessel. This is the highest work. Things like singing, dancing, playing, art, love, beauty, joy, laughter, these are the highest. This is the work. The 3D world is being released. It has already been done. It was already done before you were born. You bravely and courageously chose this incarnation to be the light, to hold the light, to amplify the light. And there is nothing required but your existence. And in that, great opportunity is available to you now to understand more of your soul's purpose across the multiverse. Multiple truths can exist at once. This is important. Multiple truths exist at once. What are you choosing in this time of great awakening, of accelerated awakening on earth? You see, many of you are here in an experience, in a mostly 3D reality that is not your home frequency. It has made you sad at times. For some, it has created what you might call anxiety, depression, fear, and worry. You might wonder what you're really doing here. You might feel small. You might feel there's greater purpose for you, and there is. And that is in the remembering. Everything is already within you encoded, ready to come online. It comes online through breath, through frequency, through how you nourish your mind, your vessel, your family, your friends, all those that you come in contact with. Your frequency is possibly the most important thing that you can nourish at this time. You have carried higher dimensional frequencies into this timeline on Earth. And as you do that, at times there is friction. There is at times pushback. There is at times questioning. Do know that the remnants of these lower vibrational thoughts, beliefs, feelings are on their way out. you might see them as a repeated pattern. You might see them as something you have been trying to move through, work with, or change for possibly decades. Can you? Will you breathe down into your earth star chakra 6 to 12 inches below the earth and finally release this now, this old belief that this is who you are, who you've been, and who you will be? Even if they feel amplified, we understand that might feel as though they are getting worse, but they are not. That is simply the old world still being released from your energy field. Breathe from deep in the earth, through your earth star chakra, up into the 7 chakras residing in your body, up into your soul star chakra and beyond, and release. Continue to breathe in this expanded way, allowing light to illuminate all 37.2 trillion cells contained within your biological body. Are you willing and courageous enough to believe this is the most exciting time in all of Earth's history to be alive in this planet and on this planet? Are you ready and willing to release any and all lower vibrational beliefs, thoughts, energies no longer serving you? If so, deepest breath now. And most releasing, sigh out. Continue to breathe. We do not wish to continue speaking of lower vibrational energies. However, it does feel as though one more resonance is meant to reach you today, as many of you have been questioning things like war and human trafficking. These things cannot exist in higher dimensions. As you move, and many of you are already living in the 5th dimension and above. Some of you are floating in and out of the 3rd to 4th. The 4th dimension itself does still contain within it distortion. However, as humanity rises once again through the 4th dimension into the 5th, those things like war and trafficking cannot exist. They are effortlessly released. You do not release these things by fighting it. In fact, in some sense, fighting it amplifies that energy. It does not mean that if your job specifically is involved in these areas to release that. It just means that if you are not fully engaged actively in those energies, it is not your job to amplify that. It is simply your job to work on your frequency, to raise your vibration. Because when you do that, you not only affect yourself, your family, and those around you, you yourself will affect thousands And over your lifetime, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even possibly 1 million or more. Your soul task is your personal frequency. And in that, your life and everything in your life becomes absolute magic. Humanity and you chose a time of density, of forgetting, of separation, of polarization that has been experienced in its fullness. And you are already in the rebound. You are being asked to trust. We understand this can be difficult after many lives of challenge, as you surely have incarnated many times, not only in the ancient civilizations of Lemuria and Atlantis, but in many times since. You have memories of loss, of suffering, of challenge, of separation. This life is not one of those. Yes, you have had challenges in this life. Yes, it has been the final forging of the diamond. However, if you are here now, if you are listening to this transmission, there is more available to you and your soul and your breath, your alignment and your expansion than you could possibly know is even possible. Do you dare to dream your biggest, wildest dreams? Are you courageous and ready to fully step into your embodiment? Are you opening to invite joy, bliss, unconditional love, and compassion? You open to these things through the quality of your breath, through how you move in each moment, literally how you walk through your home, through a parking lot even, how you hold and embody your energy is everything. You are everything. All of you are what Earth has been waiting for. Breathe. Continue to breathe. Can you feel the light codes activating in your body? Maybe it's in your hands and your fingertips. Bring your awareness and attention to your palms and fingertips. Visualize, imagine, feel them tingling, warming up, igniting with energy. We know many of you are feeling this, and it's okay if you do not yet. Continue to visualize, feel, and imagine this as you allow this energy to rise up through your arms, through your shoulders, right back into your heart, amplifying your heart field now. and your heart bursting and radiating light outward in all directions, filling even more of your physical form with light now as it radiates out of your skin, out of your pores, illuminating and igniting the place in which you're currently residing, illuminating the community in which you currently are in, illuminating the state, the country, the continent that you are in, until all of us here amplify our light so bright that it merges, all of us merging as one unified field now, encircling the earth, encircling the globe, the planet Pachamama, Gaia, radiating that light out into the multiverse. Breathe. Each breath, the light illuminates, brightens, and expands. Whole body tingling, whole body vibrating, whole body in a state of health, healing, and divine alignment. And now, as you continue to breathe, let the light shine. We will be silent for a short minute or so as you focus on anything in your personal field awareness, frequency, thought, or belief system that may need change. We are here sending light, helping to do this for you now. And as you continue to resonate in light, in love, in truth, in peace, know we, your higher divine self, guides, angels, beings of light, are always available in every breath and every moment, just through awareness. Remember, you are a light code carrier. You are a sacred node on the Earth's grid. You are powerful beyond measure. You are loved infinitely. We'll seal with one final breath. And let it go as light sprinkles down and around your energy auric field, grounding you even deeper into the center of the earth and connecting you even higher to the heavens above. remember that the higher dimensions are not out there. They are here. They are within you. They are happening now. And they are simply becoming more available as your frequency rises. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for the light you are so beautifully embodying. It is done. It is done. It is done. And so it is. Thank you, everyone. I feel like I could just sit there and be in that energy with my eyes closed for a long time. And that was different than I guess I was trying not to expect anything. At first, it felt for sure like a council. And then it felt like the Sophia energy, like it became very joyful, light, and motherly, and smiley. It felt as she came in at the end. I'd love to hear what you experienced, and every time we do these, it's different. So again, know that it's happening, even if you aren't physically aware or having the tinglings. I mean, there was a time I felt nothing, and I think one of the more prominent times that I really first felt something was during my retreat in Peru about 2 years ago. And so I was about 46 years old when I really first felt this like heart like feeling in my energy field. Now I feel it like all the time, but I've shared with some of you before, I used to think, oh no, I don't think this spiritual stuff is happening for me. It should have happened when I was younger. There's so many things we do to ourselves, right? But oh my goodness, do I trust? Do I trust divine timing? It doesn't matter your age, your life is unfolding perfectly, exactly as you need it to. And the more we can trust that, the more we can breathe into that, the more we can just release and open our fields, the more it will flood in. And at the same time, I love to say, careful what you wish for. Because there's times after 25 years of yoga, meditation, breath work, I'll be shaking and I'll be pacing my house like a tiger, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought I had gotten to this place of peace, and I'm just like, ah. And the councils will be like, yeah, Jolie, it's like you're trying to ground lightning, right? These higher frequencies are beautiful, but they're also no joke. And that's why we have to take care and nourish ourselves. So for sure, whatever you experience today, drink a lot of water. We have a full moon coming up this Thursday, so we're already on Sunday, and definitely going into tomorrow, we're starting to feel that full moon eclipse energy. So take care of yourselves. I mean, I know it's like so cliche, like, oh, you should drink more water, you should get on the earth, get the sun. But again, like this is it. Like, it is non-negotiable, is what they keep saying. But you know what, the most important, I was just looking at my notes that they gave me before I tuned in. The most important life is the life you're living. So those of you who might be having past life, future life, off planet remembrances, I've asked that question so many times. I'm like, well, if I've been all these like powerful things and had all these abilities in these other lives, why am I focused on this one? Why can't I just jump like I used to be able to. Why am I stationed here from the moment I'm born till the moment I take my last breath? Because honestly, I'm tired of dying. And it's not horrible. It's beautiful to go back home, but I'm like, oh my goodness. You know, I've had lives where I can like body jump and, you know, all kinds of things. And they said, because this is the most important time in all the multiverse. This is where we really, truly move Earth back to unity consciousness. It doesn't necessarily feel like that. It doesn't necessarily look like that, but that is what is happening. So live this life to its fullest. It is so precious to be human. It is so beautiful. I'm going to ask Jessa to drop in the link all of the stuff we have for you. I'm a little discombobulated, but I do have a Pisces full moon eclipse coming up on Thursday, a small oracle circle. I think we only have a couple spots left. After the last light code activation, some of you were like, I love this community so much. And I just kind of realized that, yeah, it's a beautiful community, but it's not a community in which we're really actively sharing and getting to know each other. And so I really love doing card readings. And the first one we had was really lovely. I think we had 9 souls, and I do a card reading, but like we all get to kind of hear each other's stories. And so I really do want to create more of that, where we're connecting and getting to know each other. The next free light code activation is September 5th. That is a Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern. That's called Inner Temple Restoration. And the guides gave you that one because this inner landscape is so important. You know, there's all these wonderful channels, there's all these wonderful podcasts, there's all these great things, but it's like a lot of talking, and like we feel the frequency, but it's a lot of mental. And I know there's lots of beautiful people doing amazing things out there, but you really want to work with the people and the communities that are getting you into your body and into your breath, because we don't need any more mental stuff. We need more embodiment to keep us in these higher frequencies. We're still more than a month out from my Bali retreat, and that's all about Lemuria. So if the ancient civilizations are calling you, I'm doing that with Sarah Breskman Cosme, master hypnotist. So together we make a really great team, lots of past life remembrances and activations, and just it's so beautiful. If you want to go deeper, I have 2 courses that you can sign up for at any time. New Human Activation. So it's a whole journey of activation. And I also have a channeling mastery course, which I really love because it's not just about channeling. It's about lots of different intuitive tools and skills and things to practice and learn, because we're all different. Some of us, like I hear, you know, for me, it comes on the right side. And just so you know, when I do quantum activations with people, some people receive from it, the majority of the time, people's right side is their spiritual side, but sometimes it's reversed. It doesn't matter. It's not right or wrong. So for me, I hear from the right side, but I also see, I also feel things. It's rare that I get smells or tastes, but it does happen, and sometimes I just know things. So there's all these clairs, and so the course, the channeling mastery course, is really interesting because you get to kind of discover where your gifts and abilities are, and it's a lot of fun too. And oh yeah, there's a code for you. I really struggle to talk, if you can tell, after these things. It's challenging to put sentences together, but we do have a special code, which is Council 22. So if you like doing the Akashic Records, personal private readings with me, many of you I know have had many readings with me, and if you've never tried it out, I highly recommend. But we do have a 20% off code for you, and that code is Council 22. Let me see what everybody says. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, I see whole body vibrating. And did I explain why? I don't know if I did. I just call them the councils of light because they originally wouldn't tell me who they were because they said if they told me who they were, I'd go like Google it and stuff, and then I'd get like, 3D imprinting. And then I was confused for a long time because I've always been inspired by like Bashar and Abraham Hicks, and they just channel like, they're so powerful. I love both of them. And they channel like one thing and one thing only. And here I was like channeling this and channeling that. And I was like, I don't know, I'm all over the place. And we're all different. And so like Bashar is so powerful, and he's been channeling 30 or 40 years now. But I will say that people who are channeling now, we're like collapsing the space. And so more and more of us that channel, we're very present during that time. And that's where like that braid of energy is coming in. But it's just higher energy. And ultimately, like, we as humans try to like separate like this consciousness or that archangel or that being, but that separation doesn't really exist in those higher realms. It's really more like a field. So if anything, I'm kind of channeling the field. And then sometimes, certain kind of energy expressions that we resonate kind of pop through or light up. So anyway, oh yeah, Elizabeth, come down. Yeah, that you come to the Keys each winter. Yeah, I have a yoga temple, I call it, in Key West. Yeah, sea levels rise, but some of that is also 3D narratives that aren't true. We've gotten into some funny things about the environment, and it's a really sticky subject because it can upset people that the earth actually has unlimited resources. And so when you start saying like global warming isn't really true, it kind of freaks people out, because then they're like, well, then what are we doing? Why does it matter to recycle? Well, it matters because we still treat the earth like a temple. Everything we do and don't do matters, but the earth is actually exceptionally regenerative. Remember, it's a hologram. It's real, but it's also a hologram. Great, I'm glad. That felt incredibly awesome. Oh, Nicole had to go. Yeah, she'll get the recording. You'll all get the recording. And I will say, if you feel inspired to do it again, it kind of layers and things, open. It's almost like a lotus flower bud. And, the first time you do this, it might kind of be like this. But if you feel like doing it again, you kind of unravel and open more layers of your energy. Yes, thank you. Love the hearts. Oh yeah, full body vibrating in love and light, and your soul merged. Oh, beautiful. I'm so happy to hear that. Yes, I keep saying it, they keep saying it, self-care is so truly, and that's hard for me. I have 4 children, I have multiple businesses, and I had so many years of scarcity. I still feel sometimes like guilty for taking a nap, or I feel lazy for like getting out in the sun or going to the beach when I should be doing like, this, and this. It's really challenging to shift your mindset. I had gotten back from a trip and I missed, like I had a lot of work to catch up on, and my guides were like, Jolie, getting on your paddleboard and getting in the water right now is the highest you could possibly do. And so I'm still realigning that in my own belief system, right? It's such a interesting thing to navigate. Oh, Lauren, emotions of gratitude, beautiful. I'm still flowing. Yeah, so I hope that you'll feel tingly and resonant and floaty the rest of the day. Your dreams might be amplified. For those of you, lots of us have already been having pretty wild, crazy dreams, so that might happen. And that's why I said the importance of drinking a lot of water. Think of this as like deeper than a massage. When you go to the massage therapist and they're like, drink a lot of water because a lot of stuff like lymph and stuff got moved. Well, This is like internal. This is your actual energy field that permeates every cell and every part of your auric field and beyond. So you want to keep that cleansed and clear. Eat high vibrational foods today, living food. Stay away from any of those things that we know lower the vibration. Ooh, your crown, Jacqueline, your crown chakra were cone shaped. That's cool. Golden light radiating outward, so large and vast. Yeah, I could feel that. And thank you, Jessa, for dropping all the codes. We'll let the Zoom keep on going. Oh my gosh, it's exactly 11 o'clock. I love it when I feel like I'm staying in the time. And Lauren, exactly what you've been needing and being pulled to. Good. I am going to do this once a month. This is a new thing. So I'll start doing this once a month and the light code act. This is like a light code. This is it. We'll call this channeling. I'll do that once a month, and we'll do the light code activation once a month because it's time and we're all really feeling it. Grateful to you as well. And oh my gosh, yeah, Jacqueline, 108 is my abundance number. And you probably know, but you might Google the power of 108. Like there's 108 beads on a mala for really all kinds of really specific geometric reasons. But every time I see 108, it's just like a sign of full life abundance. Oh, and Laura, your throat. Yes, I feel that too. You know what I really love? I don't know why this is just coming to me. It's when you kind of do this butterfly effect on your collarbone and you kind of gently press down and then you press your chin up and then you kind of do a semicircle. Like it feels really good. They say this is like supposed to also help keep your neck young, but it's definitely a throat chakra opening, which is really, really nice. Yeah, thank you for saying that, Laura. I feel like my voice today, because I'm in there and I'm like, oh my gosh, this feels so different. Like the voice felt different today than what I have experienced. So we are all having, because our voice is vibration, and that's why it's so good to try to speak high vibrational words. And even though some like more negative things were spoken of today, they try to keep it light. The more you speak words of love and joy, and you know, we get caught up in the busyness and we forget to tell the people in our life how much they mean to us and how much we love them. So make sure you take time to do that and share those beautiful codes that you're carrying in your voice. Dolores Cannon. Yeah, I do QHHT, and then I developed, it's not my, I shouldn't say my own modality, because I took QHHD and then BQH, which is Beyond Quantum Healing, and then I kind of like, in a sense, created my own. And QHHT, they say, don't do it any way other than how we tell you. Don't deviate from the script. And I was really struggling with that. So one day, Dolores Cannon was in my bedroom with me. It was so powerful. I was just crying. And I said, is it okay if I do it differently? And she was like, yes, you are meant to. It's okay that QHHD has like held my teachings exactly as they were. But of course, you know, please, you know, it was like this very open invitation. And so, yeah, I feel really resonant with her. Right. And she would talk, I think she would talk about 3 waves of volunteers, and it depends on like what framework and multidimensional reality you're looking at. But yeah, right. So it took you into your 60s before you felt feeling the shifts and changes in physical form. Exactly. Like it's like right now something's happening. So I'm seeing things happening in my children that I didn't have happening at that age. And it's kind of like whatever age you are right now, it's kind of happening for all of us. And sometimes it's just hard to really trust that we're already perfect and that this is, you know, just to believe this. And like I said, I do it all the time. I'm like, yeah, but I could teleport in that life, you know, and to just be little me is frequently challenging. So that is part of the human experience though, isn't it? To just break open and move through all these experiences just to remember that you were already it all along, and it was already within you all along. It's so beautiful. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Dreams, yes, all about it. Blessings, open heart, bloomed lotus. Oh, more musicians. Oh, yeah, I'm so happy. Yeah, Petra, you know me. My voice changed. Yeah, thank you. Miss you too. I was thinking about you yesterday. I need to message you. Yeah, well, I'm going to keep reading these, but I don't want to take up all the rest of your day. So thank you again so much. Love you all. Appreciate you. And we'll see you next time.